Okay, I think we are recording. Hi guys, it's Victor, Gimme a Break Man, Gimme a Flake Man, and as you can see here, I'm using a little contraption that puts the iPhone around my neck here. And as you can tell, it's raining. And this is a StrongZeroCam, which is a new, easy way to make videos. I just walk around and talk as I show you a bit of Nagoya, Japan, and tell you what's happening, what's on my mind. Sometimes these things are called laundry videos. This is a new one. It's a laundry video cousin. It's called the StrongZeroCam. Today is Tuesday, April 11th. The Breaking Bad spin-off Better Call Saul comes out today. People are excited about that. Well, not so many, but some of us. Last Friday, the Ghost in the Shell Scarlett Johansson version, Hollywood version, came out. And there's a lot of talk about whitewashing and, you know, how I suppose white appropriation, or Asian, what would that be called? White appropriation of Asian culture. Also, that's part of the conversation. That was a kind of a being debated, kicked around the internet for a while. I wanted to tell you what Japanese think, because I'm here in Japan. I'm in Nagoya, Japan right now. I wanted to tell you what Japanese think in general about that. Most Japanese, as you may know by now, don't care. That is not really an issue. The whitewash, the fact that Scarlett Johansson is not Japanese, nobody cares, okay? However, in the last few hours, just a few hours, I don't know when it happened exactly, and I don't even have all the details, but I wanted to tell you more how people are reacting to this. But you might have heard about the United Airlines kicking 4 people, I believe. I don't know the details, but here's the thing. They kicked a bunch of people off the airplane because they were overbooked, okay? And there's one of the most, the big one that got everyone's attention is an Asian guy wearing glasses. He looks to be middle-aged, and he claims to be a doctor. And he had to get back to his patients and treat them. And he was kicked off the plane because they overbooked the flight. And they claim, from the little I know about this, and please correct me if I'm wrong, is they overbooked the flight and they had to randomly kick people off the plane. And by chance, 4 of the people they kicked off, I don't know if more than 4 people were kicked off, but at least 4 of the people that were kicked off were Asian. And the Japanese are concerned about this. This is what people are talking about here in Japan, because apparently the word random is I think a key sticking point here. For the random people were Asian, right? They weren't black. And one, I guess, theory here is that well, Asians are easy to discriminate against because they're not going to create a fuss. But if they had been black, it would have created a fuss, and the blacks would have shouted discrimination, and it would have raised all hell. But Asians in general go quietly, right? And it is something I've mentioned before, and I've experienced before. I've seen it before with my students who travel abroad. They'll come back. As you know, I got my own English school here in Nagoya, and I have taught, over the past 26 years, I've taught thousands of students, literally. And on occasion, you will hear the story about a Japanese going abroad and having a pretty decent time, but suffering just ever so slightly passive racism. One example of that is getting placed in how do I explain this? Students will complain that they will receive what they perceive as non-preferential treatment. For example, they go to a nice restaurant or a hotel and they get a shitty room for some reason. Even though they ask for a special room, they get, you know, there's some confusion with a reservation and somehow they get a shittier room than they asked for. It's not facing the beach. Or in a restaurant, they'll be placed near the kitchen or near the toilet. Their table is not a window table. And they'll complain to me that this is the only thing that happened. And they felt that maybe it was because they were Asian or Japanese. And I tell them, you know, after hearing it a bunch of times, I say, yeah, because you guys need to bitch and complain more. When people do that, tell them, no, I got a reservation, or I asked for this, or can I ask for a different table? You know, just ask them. It's not that hard to do. All right, we're going to go into the subway system now. But this is what my students are talking about this week, or today actually, because of the United Airlines thing. And yeah, the fact that the people kicked off that airplane were Asian is pissing people off. This guy's playing, that guy's playing Pokemon, and we just passed him. It's funny, huh? But it does make me think, you know, maybe they're right. Maybe that is why. Put my drink right here. Let's see. Put my drink right here. No, it's possible. Put my drink on the floor while I wrap up my umbrella here. Yeah, and it is a problem because I think it's true. I think a lot of people take advantage of the meek, or we could say meek, or we could say polite Asian personality, and it's not all Asians, of course, because of course, as you probably know, Chinese don't have that reputation of going easy, going without a fight, giving up without a fight. But Japanese do. Japanese generally are non-confrontational, and they don't want to cause problems, right? And as a result, things like this happen. Well, here we go. Where this guy who actually he wasn't even Japanese as far as I can tell. I don't know. I don't know anything about his nationality, but it would be interesting. But the fact remains that if he had been black, it wouldn't have happened to him because, you know, blacks can always fall back. And I you know, I'm not I'm not saying that all blacks do this, of course, but it's something that is possible. It's more open to them to play the race card, right? And I think recently, with a movement that I originally thought was ridiculous, the Black Lives Matter movement, but with that movement now, I think it's easier for people to cry foul or to stand up for themselves, which is a good thing, you know. I mean, not that you're going to be shot on an airplane, but what I'm saying is I think the Black Lives Matter movement has given or empowered people to feel free to speak up even more. Not that they didn't feel like they had that right in the first place, but there's nothing like that for Asians. So that's true. There's no kind of group thought or organization or activism supporting Asians who feel that they've been discriminated against, because honestly they don't, it's not that bad. I mean, it's not like they're being shot in the street or being thrown in jail to an obviously exaggerated amount, right? Now, of course, this is my perception, and some of you I think will probably say, oh, Victor, you're being brainwashed, and it's not that way at all. And some people will write stupid things like blacks commit, 50% of all the crimes in America, which is not true. There's a lot of bullshit statistics out there. Let me see. Sorry to get into the stream here. But it does make you think. And it does piss Japanese people off when they see this happening. So it isn't like they ignore that. Even though this happened in the States, that doesn't have anything to do really. That kind of thing doesn't happen in Japan, of course, because everyone's Asian. But when they see that happening, it makes them, think twice. Like, whoa, maybe this is not cool. And I guess it's good to make them, it's good to make everyone think that they might be subject to racism. I don't know. What do you guys think about this? And do you know more about this? Let me know what you think. I think it's an interesting topic. And I think something should be done to help Japanese kind of defend themselves. And Asians, not just Japanese, but Asians also, to defend themselves against this kind of racism. Or at least give them more of a voice to speak up when something happens. Now this guy, the guy that is in the article, he apparently even came back even after having the shit kicked out of him. He came back all bloody. He was all bloodied up. And he came back. But I got to tell you, I don't know how that happened, but United Airlines, that's a fucked up thing to happen at all. I mean, that shouldn't happen at all. United Airlines should have just, I don't know, they shouldn't have never let the people on the plane in the first place. Okay, they get off. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye bye. Yeah, bye.